Alright there guys, welcome to The Sims. We've got our sim here, Homer Hopley. Yes, he's not like Homer Simpson, but we need to build Homer's house. So, we are obviously live on Hoppers Gaming, but yeah, so we need to build Homer's house. Homer needs somewhere to live, so before we do that, we will put in essentially the cheat to get the money. We'll get Homer a job, and yeah, let's see what Homer can do. But Homer is very, I wouldn't say he's weird, but seems to be sort of, I wouldn't say he's clumsy either, but yeah, so we'll build Homer's house and potentially garden for him to live. He lives on his own, so yeah, let's essentially see what Homer does. Might get Homer a nice job. He might not like his job because he's obviously in real life in The Simpsons he works at the nuclear power plant, but I don't think that's an option here. So build his house and essentially his garden. It won't be a massive garden because Homer is, although Homer is made of money, but you know, technically wants to be left alone. So we'll see what Homer thinks to his garden once we've built it, and obviously potentially think to his home. So it may be a bungalow, it may not be. We'll see what goes on in a little while. So Homer is here. Doesn't obviously look like Homer Simpson, but you know. So yeah, we're on Hoppers Gaming. If you just tuned in, or if you're just tuning on now, we're just doing essentially just a mess about. Obviously on The Sims 4, so we love playing The Sims. I like playing it because it is my go-to game for when I feel like I need to have potentially a bit of time to relax. So, Sheridan, let's build Homer's house. Homer potentially lives on his own, as I said. Homer doesn't know what to think in his house. I think he potentially was warned about the great dangers of potentially living on his own. He had he's obviously got his own house and potentially his own. So let's see what they've got here. I don't know whether Homer wants to have a nice bathroom or potentially a nice kitchen. So Homer's got a kitchen that will have obviously the mod cons like a fridge and obviously a cooker and potentially a sink and a dining room table, and then his bedroom will consist of obviously the usual mod cons for that. So Homer is obviously related to Homer Simpson, but he's not actually Homer Simpson, if you know what I mean. He's known as Homer Hopley, so yep. As we can see here, potentially Homer's essentially as we see here, I made a mistake. As we go into essentially Homer's kitchen area, it has a gap so then Homer can just walk in and essentially hopefully do his cooking. So Homer will have obviously access to a garden as well as access to everything that Homer will need. Obviously this is live and exclusive online, but yeah, it might be a weird game to play for a Sunday evening. I've just got off GT Sport where I was commentating for Ignition for their live and exclusive 1 hour the 1 hour endurance race, the 7v7 race. So obviously I'm just having a bit of fun on Hopper's Gaming now, so if you're around here, please like, comment and subscribe. Homer's bedroom's going to probably just consist of a single bed and yeah, single bed and a wardrobe, because Homer is so unreliable these days. So poor old Homer has not much, essentially not much stuff for his age. He obviously wants to make essentially his Homer Simpson, well, Homer Hopley sort of style. So obviously we have it's unusual for this to happen. So obviously playing The Sims, first time actually streaming The Sims, so it's like I say, I'm new to streaming The Sims for myself. So like I say, it's my go-to game if I've had a day where I just want to chill out. So Homer's bedroom is nearly done. It will need a mirror and potentially a window. So yeah, I don't really want a garlic scented mirror for Homer's bedroom. As I'll create Homer's kitchen. Potentially Homer's kitchen will consist of, like I say, a couple of things. So it will consist of essentially a sink, so we can basically wash up his bits and pieces. We'll give him the wave cassetta, I think it's called, and we'll give him a essentially Joe Jockey, yeah, the Joe Jockey coffee machine. I nearly lost the words there. So yeah, we'll give Homer that, and then we'll give Homer the cup stand and his fridge. We'll give him the Budget Deluxe. Homer probably won't be obsessed because he won't be doing as much. Yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't essentially set fire to things, so we don't really want that, especially on a sort of a live stream. But yeah, it's looking likely Homer's kitchen is going to be could be a bit of a nightmare, I suppose. So we'll see what happens with Homer once we get up and running here. So yeah, it's obviously Homer's bedroom, so he will need some windows in there. So if you like what you're watching, guys, just remember, like, comment and subscribe. So yeah, happy gaming. What light shall we give him? Obviously it's very basic, so I need to do his need to chuck in his chuck in his bathroom. Yes, it sounds very posh, doesn't it? His bathroom. His bathroom may just contain a bath. Well, he's a shower and potentially whatnot. And then we'll do his living room somewhere where he might want to be. So yes, we've got Hopper's Gaming doing Sims 4. Excuse me. Obviously, it's like I say, it's my go-to game just to chill out, really. As we'll select some tiles for him, and yeah, we'll build his bathroom. He lives on his own, so he's not currently married. So you know, who knows? We may get Homer hooked up with a woman, or we'll just potentially just see what goes on during Homer's excitable life. So yeah, and Homer will have a shower. So essentially, we'll have a shower, a sink, and whatever else we have installed for Homer. So yeah, this is Homer's bathroom done. So obviously I haven't got all the packs on here, but I will eventually get them as soon as I have the funds available for them. But for now, I'm just using essentially what I've got. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Homer's bathroom. So as you can see, the rest of the house is getting now complete. As we go into the lounge area, to the living area of Homer's house, he'll have a navy blue settee, two-seater sofa for himself. So yeah, and we'll have a television. Homer's not made of money, so God knows he's gonna have the rubbish telly going. Like I say, Homer is not made of money, even though he does have technically a lot of money in his sim account. So anything can happen. I believe that might be a fire hazard, so we're gonna have to move that along. And yeah, obviously the mega windows are the preferred choice. They let in quite a bit of light, so we don't have to worry about what's going on regarding Homer's lifestyle. Homer has a weird lifestyle where potentially to meet a woman of his dreams, he will probably have to move out at any time. So we're obviously live on Hopper's Gaming YouTube, so you know, thought it'd be quite something a bit different for this evening. So you know, let's see what's happening as we just paint his walls essentially orange. I don't think Homer minds what everything looks like in his home. He will have potentially access to a hot tub and a barbecue pit out at the back, and then he will have access to potentially, as life goes on for Homer, he will potentially get a job. So Homer is at the moment unemployed, but I can see most people probably like, what are you doing, man? You know, you should have a job for your house and whatever. But Homer is potentially, as I said, unemployed. But you know, Homer can have the option to go to work, and yeah. So that is exactly Homer's home. He'll have potentially the same light, the source of light for tucked down in the corners, as we see what we can do outside. So yeah, we've got the mailbox, potentially the mailbox for, and obviously the bin for Homer to begin his lifelong dream, or his lifelong ambition is to become a successful man. I don't know how Homer is going to cope for the first week, but we shall see. He's essentially on his own, which is not very nice for Homer, but Homer doesn't really mind what is going to happen for him. So we get a hot tub in the garden, and potentially he's going to potentially hopefully going to grow some stuff. So you know, anything can happen. We get the outdoor light for outside. We don't really want him going in the dark. You know, it's probably a bit unfortunate, but yeah, Homer does live on his own, so hopefully this should go live and exclusive in a minute via Hopper's Gaming, but we'll see what Homer does during his potentially lifelong dream of living in a house that's situated in Newcrest for the time being. So Homer is an adult. He's about 40 years of age. His lifestyle includes, obviously, he wants to be a successful mixologist, so he will have to potentially have a bar or go to a bar, but we'll build that very shortly as well. So yep, we will see what happens here for Homer. So let's go. So Homer is potentially wasn't going to be browsing the web on his phone, but yes, Homer's introduced himself to the world, so we'll go in first person view into Homer's house. As we can see here, Homer obviously needs he's gone but he was meant to go do. So yeah, he's going to tunnel surf, so let's see what he does here. So obviously it's The Sims, new to streaming The Sims. We can see what happens for Homer. So Homer seems to be happy at the moment. Homer's lifestyle is happy. As he watches something about burning buildings, Homer. Seems to find that funny. So yeah, Homer is potentially caught the end of that program, so he's missed out. Unlucky. Can we get Homer to build or jump in? Yeah, open seed packet. Come on. Potentially purchase seeds, and we will potentially Homer's inventory contains so much stuff. He's got okay. He's got he's gonna eat potentially what looks like a banana, but I don't know what he's done with it. So yeah, I believe Homer is. Don't purchase more seeds, you clown. So we're going to get Homer to cook a meal. So potentially a meal for himself. I think we'll make him cook egg on toast. So let's see what he does. Is he going to goes into his delightful kitchen, as we can. Let's hope it doesn't catch on fire.
Ah, yeah.
He's enjoying it. As we'll set the. Seems to be okay for cooking, so. But as you know, the kitchen isn't. Well, the cooker isn't. Oh. He's changed stove. What is he doing? Oh.
Yeah.
According to that, he claims he hasn't got anywhere to go for his egg on toast. So. Well, he has. He's just been a lazy. So yeah, we're going to have to get him now a table and chairs. So that's one thing I forgot to add in. Don't! As we build Homer's table and chairs for inside his house. Homer, like I say, Homer does live on his own, so it's going to be a bit unfortunate for Homer if Homer doesn't have a table and chairs to sit at for his dinner, or his breakfast, or his meals. Homer now can have a table and chairs that is just sat outside, well, a table and a chair just to sit out on his, well, not lonesome, but you know. So yes, so yeah, Homer needs to sit down and eat his food. He can't just sit here and explain to the world where he's coming from. So we'll have auto lights on because auto lights need to go off. I believe that's just obviously a bit of a shame because not really closed down his, as Homer is stuffing his face like he does in real life on The Simpsons. So yeah, well, we'll save it just for a moment. Or we'll save it after when we potentially build his bar, or build the bar near Homer's house, and we will create potentially more people for Homer's lifestyle.
Good boy.
So Homer now will need to wash up his plate. Homer can now potentially head in to get a job. Homer needs to get a job, even though Homer is...
Neat me, wolf!
I suggest you calm down, son. I need a job. So Homer will work as potentially, we'll make him as a table cleaner at the Hamburger Man. So he starts there on Wednesday at 5 PM. So until then, Homer can do whatever he likes. Homer, light the fire. Don't just sit down and... Oh, you lazy twonk. Like the fireman. And poof. So yeah. Put out. And we'll treat Homer to something new then. Something new. To Homer's lifestyle. Homer can have a set of ladders for his potentially his house, but whether he wants to use it as his house is another thing. So Homer is now getting an extra room. So as you can see here, Homer's ideal ways of dealing with his self is beginning to worry me, because he wants an indoor activity. He was promised a goldfish bowl on the sly by his good friend Homer. Well, his good friend Homer. Well, Homer has many friends called Homer. Or is it just a clone? Okay, he's got a sketch pad as well. Boy, Homer, you spoiled me. And we'll give him a bookshelf so he can read a book. And yeah, we'll give him sort of a slablet, which is like the equivalent of a tablet. So yeah, let's do that. So Homer is warming himself up on the fire, which I believe is interesting. Homer is checking his phone, thinking there's local aliens around. So we'll get him a guppy fish, and we will. But he's reading a book. We don't want you to read a book, The First Unicorn. You are not a child. As Homer can practice learning the guitar. As we see Homer here now playing the guitar. The guppy has no name, but hopefully Homer should potentially scream the world with his music. As we see here that Homer wants to do a medium classic painting for I don't know how many millions he's going to be costing us to Baldy, as he's drawing something on the potentially the digital sketch pad. So we'll have a look what Homer is technically drawing. It's quite funky whatever he's drawing, but it's not going well for Homer. So as Homer brings the drawing to real life, we can potentially see what he's drawing here. So Homer has painted something. I don't know where the sketchpad's gone, as he needs to now go to the toilet, so we'll leave him in peace. And yeah, so Homer's going to the bathroom to potentially do his business. Don't forget to wash your hands, you clown. As we see how many people are potentially watching the stream. So we've got no comments here at the moment, so yes, we're live and exclusive on Hoppers Gaming, as no one is potentially watching the stream. So Homer is going to potentially lose the plot as we build a bar for him, and potentially we'll build some of his friends' houses in a little while as well. So let's see what goes on here. So yeah, Fern Park is a place to be built. I don't know whether it's for the bar that Homer wants to go drinking in, but we will build potentially a bar for Homer to jump in and potentially have a right good laugh with his cronies. So Homer is at home at the moment while we build the bar. So Homer will potentially have a bar to go drinking in, and potentially may be able to buy the bar, but we don't know yet. So as we see here, Fern Park is the venue. So we've potentially got fast internet, great acoustic, and natural light. So yeah, the bar is going to be known as the Fern Inn. So the Fern Inn is going to be Homer's watering hole for potentially drinking. So yes, let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to build it potentially as such. Homer likes to have a drink with his buddies and pals, as we see basically yeah, so that's how potentially the bar is going to look. The bar is going to probably have of potentially an outdoor seating area for the Sims, so you know they can go and drink outside, or they can go and do whatever they need, and you know, essentially Homer and his friends may want to drink outside, but we'll see. Excuse me. So yeah, we're going to see what we can build here. So the Fern Inn is the pub. It's a little rustic pub that potentially has basically kind of a nice welcoming sort of nice welcoming yeah, potentially a nice welcoming banister. Well, Homer knows it very well. So as we see, Homer is at home, so Homer could be drinking here anytime soon, so they'll have the bar running very shortly. For Homer and his friends, we have to build Homer's friends' houses. Hopefully Homer pulls a woman to potentially move in with her and to potentially ask her a lot of questions. So this could be where Homer meets his future wife. As we see the beer garden out in the back is potentially going to be looking strife and epic for Homer to go and drink. So yeah. Homer has potentially has ideas for his future, including the bar that will be brought into action as soon as we have potentially finished up here. The toilets are upstairs. I build essentially Homer's lifelong dream was to drink in a bar, and I believe the bar has potentially. I think one bit of the bar has a glass roof, so I don't think the whole bar has a glass roof anyway, but we shall see when we have built the roof. It is a flat roof, so Homer's Odyssey is going to be fantastically done. So yes, Homer is looking very ready for the bar to be opened. He will obviously come drinking here and essentially make new friends. So as Homer essentially jumps into a easy bit of the bar, as I get that bit technically a bit wrong, which is not what I wanted to do. So I've got a bit of an issue here regarding my cubicles, so I think I've done it a tad bit wrong, but unless it doesn't really matter, because we can adjust that and make them a bit better for Homer to come to the bar. So yeah. I think I can find it. Yes, I've got the right door here, and then the right door there for the men's. We'll just carry on for now. So yeah, I'm building a bar for potentially yeah, I'm gonna build the bar and potentially see how well it goes from here. Like I say, it is potentially the easiest thing I've done to date is know how to now build cubicles in bars, well, for a bar and stuff like that, so we wouldn't have to worry about potentially worrying about certain things during the build. So it's potentially a huge step forward from what I've been used to previously. So yeah, I used to build cubicles just with, obviously when I had the University pack, obviously on the Xbox, we have used the essentially the University toilet things, but at the moment we sadly don't have that available to us. So yeah, as I say, the potentially male toilets at the moment are potentially done. And then we go on to the female toilets now. So male and female toilets are getting made, so that's what I like. It's like I say, The Sims is my go-to game for when I'm basically wanting to chill out, so yeah. So essentially, oh oops, that's not what I want to do. Do them blue, because it's obviously a gents toilet, and then potentially put the gents. I need to put, obviously, yeah, I need to put things in, but we'll do that in a little moment of time. So essentially now we have the male doors going onto the toilets, otherwise they can't pee in peace. So it's a brilliant way of using your ingenuity for The Sims. We need now sinks over in the male toilets. There will be blue basins, so there'll be 3 basins, 4 basins rather, and then in the female there'll be sort of a purplish blue, so there'll be probably as we can see 5 of them in the women's, and then potentially in the men's cubicle we will have potentially 4, yeah, so we've got 4 in the men's, 5 in the ladies, so it is looking good, I must say. And then the lighting for the men's, we will have, obviously when this is up and running, and potentially for the women and the men, we will have basically the colour lighting for The Sims. So I'll just get the title, the wallpaper for the upstairs bit of the essentially essentially get the style. I don't know what sort of style we're going to go for in the pub, but try and make it a bit sort of interesting and for you guys. Pinstripe Greens looks a bit of an interesting theme, so go for that, and then go for obviously some wood, sort of wood style flooring as well. So I'll probably go for a light hard scraped wood, like it has just there. So and then we'll go for the windows. So as you can see at the moment, we are halfway building the pub, and we'll get potentially, hopefully get the bar now up and running. So you know, we'll have the bar before they get to the end of before they go out into the beer garden. Excuse me. And then we'll have the bar lamp there, and then we'll create a few booths for potentially TVs and whatnot. And potentially potentially a few booths for watching telly, and potentially, well, when I say watching telly, there'll be potentially each booth that I build at the moment, bar one, will have tellies in. So yeah, we all suppose could fit essentially. So yeah, let's go into essentially the new style of booths. And yeah, we're looking at essentially as we see, so annoying. I'll have to somehow work something out in a little while, so yeah, we're just going to see what happens during the bar anyway. I don't know whether the bar's going to be good enough for The Sims at the moment, but we'll see. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, like I say, at the moment we haven't got the top class bar pack, so you know, we'll have to probably make deal with what we've got and potentially when we do get the packs, we will obviously bring you guys the pack. So potentially, so put that in one place, and then potentially have that in another, potentially showing certain things for the bar, as we can't build the other chair because it is in the way of the telly, but that doesn't really matter. And then yeah, so we'll save it here and then stop the stream now before we save, and hopefully you enjoyed it. So cheers guys.